Hey guys, LevelCap here. Today is Monday, which means it's time for an episode of Loadout, the series where you guys, the viewers, get to pick a gun and customization for me to use. The way you do this is you leave a comment down below letting me know what kind of weapon accessories you'd like me to run with, and I will pick one of the top comments for the next episode. Today's comment comes from Sniper Chris. He says the M240 Bravo Destroyer, class support, primary M240 Bravo, optic red dot sight of your choice, accessory, laser sight or nothing, barrel, compensator, underbarrel, stubby grip. Secondary is the CZ75 pistol, optic your choice, laser sight and suppressor, gadget C4, gadget 2 ammo box, grenade incendiary. Specialization is up to me. Use your equipment to soften up your enemies and wipe the entire squad with your primary. Fall back with your pistol when you don't have time to reload your LMG or when you need to stay off the minimap. I love the Loadout series and wanted to see what you thought of this. Now, who doesn't like the 240 Bravo? It fires fast for one of the heavier LMGs out there, and it is a huge weapon. That's one thing that's always kind of cracked me up about the Battlefield series, is visually it's going for this sort of realistic thing, but it's also a very arcadey shooter overall, and the 240 Bravo certainly makes that apparent because this gun is huge in real life. It weighs a ton, and a soldier would not be able to run around all day with this thing. I mean, you'd be able to run across the street maybe, set it up and sort of post guard for a while, but you're not going to be leaping over stuff and constantly pushing the front lines. The actual gun itself weighs about 27 pounds plus the box mag full of 100 rounds of ammo and your optics. You're looking at a good solid 30 pounds or more just to hold this gun, and then that weight is not all distributed up close to your body. It's actually out further on the barrel and the front end of the gun, so you got this very heavy gun that's got telescoping weight. It's just something that you would not be doing any of the cool shit that you're doing in Battlefield with it. Then again, we're playing a video game, it looks cool, it's all about having fun, so we do get to run around with this 240 Bravo and just do the most insane things ever. Speaking of which, I just noticed the guy who killed me has a My Little Pony emblem and a unicorn dog tag. I am always surprised by my opponents in this game, and I'm actually impressed that he was able to find that combination of dog tag and emblem. Good job, sir. Now we're doing a bit of rush here. Ideally, I'd like to be on the defensive side just because pushing up and exposing yourself isn't necessarily the ideal role for the support class. If I were playing support class on Assault, I would probably sit with one of their more long-range gadgets like a UCAV or a mortar, support a bit from afar, and as my team made more progress, then push up into the fray. But because I don't have those gadgets, I have an ammo box and C4 here, I really have to get right in the front lines. Playing defensively, these gadgets work perfectly. Again, offense and defense are played quite differently. Now, Hanan Resort Rush definitely has some very long-range areas to it, and you have to tap fire this gun to maintain your accuracy at range. You can do small burst fire, but you're going to miss a lot of your shots. Granted, when you do land around, it's going to do some pretty heavy damage. This gun does 34 max, 25 minimum, so you're only going to need about 4 shots to drop a target even at longer ranges. So it definitely dishes out the damage, so you don't necessarily need the best accuracy ever, but you might get a little bit frustrated at extreme ranges with this weapon. If you are going to tap fire an LMG, go with something like the M60, or if you want to do long range, maybe don't pick a machine gun in the first place. Now it switched me over to the defensive side of the rush game, and this is where the 240 Bravo really feels at home. I've got tons of ammo, don't really need to reload as frequently, and I can deal with plenty of opponents here. I actually have an opportunity to use the CZ75 even, just because the enemy team is making such a good push on us that I managed to go through all my ammo and still have a lot of baddies up close. Now, if you do happen to run into enemies up close and you do have ammo in your 240 Bravo, then you're in a pretty good situation. This does 650 rounds per minute with 34 damage maximum. This makes it one of the higher damage per second machine guns available in the game, and you're just absolutely going to obliterate your opponents. Now in this clip here, we are playing defense on Rush in Rogue Transmission, and we are just getting slaughtered. As you can see, I'm up in the front lines trying to defend for my team. They're all kind of further back, and the enemy is pushing up on me, so things are getting pretty dicey, and actually I have an opportunity to use my C4. And in doing so, destroy my own cover and pretty much jeopardize my entire defensive position. And as you can see, we've been pushed back to the next set of MCOMs, and I'm trying to be a sneaky bastard going prone up under the radio dish here. Now, a bipod might have helped out a little bit here, but overall I think the stubby grip is going to be effective in like 99% of the situations where the bipod's going to be effective in like 1% of those situations. So you just got to figure which setup for your gun is going to work most frequently for your playstyle. If you do like to go prone and hide in certain areas, then the bipod might be absolutely perfect for you, but I think it makes you the world's easiest sniper target. Now we've switched over to a bit of TDM here, and I gotta say the 240 Bravo is excellent for this. Again, because you are not restricted motion-wise with such a huge machine gun, you can run around, get tons of kills, and not have to reload. And if we're being honest here, most of my deaths are pretty much me caught in the reload animation or switching to another gun to try and anticipate somebody else coming around the corner, and that process right there essentially getting me killed. So not having to do that pretty much makes you strong in almost all situations here. If you do have to reload though, it is a 6.2 second reload, so make sure you find a good safe hiding spot. Now the perk I decided to run with is the defensive perk, which gives you a little bit extra chest armor. Usually you can absorb an extra round or two, and that's something that you're definitely going to want to take into account, considering that you're not the medic, you don't have a med bag, so you might have to just regen your health over a long period of time. But as a support class, you're going to want to make sure that you're actually supporting your teammates, dropping ammo bags for them constantly, and if you are near medics, then chances are they'll drop a med bag for you. I find it much easier to get a med bag than I do an ammo bag in this game, probably because a lot more people play the medic class than they do the support class. And I have to say, I can't wait to play a bit more Battlefield Hardline just for the feature that you can actually go up to another soldier, and if they're not paying attention to you or they're in a firefight or something like that, you can grab a med bag off of a medic, or you can grab an ammo pack off of a support class, and they don't even have to know that you were there, that you're even interacting with them. It's just a nice little way to get what you need from players, even if they're not really aware of your presence. It kind of keeps the mentality of the teamwork still there, because you need another soldier to heal yourself or get ammo from, but also at the same time it prevents the frustration that can come from players just being completely oblivious to the whole team situation. And there's a nice failed incendiary grenade. I gotta say, I wasn't having much luck with those incendiary nades. They just don't really do much in this game. They'll take your health down, usually not kill somebody, sometimes get them to retreat, but honestly, wouldn't you rather just throw a grenade and have people die from it? I mean, that would be my preference overall. Fortunately, there's going to be a lot of grenade balances coming in the patch that supposedly will be releasing tomorrow. I don't know, just keep your ears perked for any news on that. But maybe we can revisit the incendiary if they made any tweaks to it. And speaking of making tweaks, would I make any tweaks to this setup, how I'm running it? Probably not overall. Maybe try it out with a flash hider instead of the compensator. It's really hard to tell if the compensator is actually helping you out, because it kind of hurts your bullet bloom a bit, but it's supposed to reduce the side-to-side recoil, and then you're sort of like, is that helping overall? Am I getting more accurate, or kind of just staying in the same area? I think for the most part you're sort of staying the same, but if you have that flash hider on there, you can potentially maintain some of your accuracy while tap firing or something. I don't know, it's up in the air. Probably doesn't make a huge difference overall, but I would recommend playing around with those two barrel options. As always guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave your comments down below for next week's episode, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.